Hey guys, I'm just going to do this quick video. This kind of ties into the timestamp comment that I made on Patreon. The other thing that I kind of need you guys help with, and this is kind of hard for me to kind of want to admit or whatever, is that I have noticed since I've gotten into this video editing and having to go back and watch content that I did before, you might have noticed that some of the edited videos actually have text clarifications to things that I was saying when I was just on the hot seat and talking in real time. And what is happening is that I'm noticing, my wife has noticed it, and now I'm seeing it when I'm watching my own videos, that I occasionally have a mental block between what I want to say up here. My clarity and my cognitive ability and everything is still very sharp. I feel, as sharp as I've ever been or whatever. But my vocabulary is been slightly affected over. Uh, is it part of the TBI that I'm going to seek treatment for, or whatever, or is it just a factor of age, or I don't know. But I'm watching videos where I was talking about SPR stuff, and then I said, Mark 18 instead of Mark 12, or I'm using the wrong word in the wrong context, and my verbal vernacular has always been very advanced. The other day we were talking about RMR failures, and I meant to say 6,500. I started doing math after I mentioned it, and the math was all based off of a 6,000 round until failure rate of the optic, but I said 65,000. And they're little quirky things, they're misspeaks, but they are showing that what I'm saying and what I'm thinking are not always locked in parity with one another. So, what I would like you guys to do is, if you hear a data point that sounds skewed because one incorrect data point to an unbeliever or somebody that doesn't know or somebody that is watching for the first time or whatever, one skewed data point that can be proven wrong can throw off an entire argument. People will discount everything that somebody says because one aspect of it is incorrect, even if it was not what I meant to communicate. The information, the raw information, is wrong. So anytime that I throw out a data point, or anytime that I'm saying something and it just doesn't feel right, like, wait a minute, that's not the right context for that, or I don't think he really shot 65,000 rounds through an RMR, but maybe he did. Why don't I get clarification? So when you guys are watching videos and reviewing them or whatever, if you have a question about one of the data points that was presented, or something like that, just drop it in the comment, message me directly, whatever. Be like, dude, did you really shoot 65,000 rounds on a single aim? See, I almost said aim point, RMR, and not have it fail on you or whatever? No, man, I said 6,500. No, you didn't, bro. Watch the video. So this post editing process for the refined crap that we're trying to put together to show people what we're doing here behind the curtain and the stuff that we're talking about is bringing up a lot of these points. But it does have me concerned about, like, dude, how many people have heard me say a wrong data point and then they're going back out there and they're saying something like as in fact, these are hot seat, rapid fire, bam, 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 next question, bam, 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 bam. This is not the same thing as me researching, coming up with an argument, debate class, like, okay, this is the context, this is the framework, these are the bullet statements, this is the summary of my argument. Like, I'm not doing that in these videos, and that's not what the format of these videos are. But if guys are showing their friends clips of this stuff, like, it absolutely needs to be accurate as best as I know it. I mean, you guys, you're asking me my opinion. So if I'm missing data points that I don't know about, I'm giving you my opinion based off what I do know. But I want to make sure that my opinion is verbally articulated to you guys in such a way that you can say Chuck's opinion is, and yes, it is my opinion, not Chuck's opinion is, that was Chuck's Freudian slip, and that he didn't actually say that he can shoot his RMRs to 65,000 rounds or whatever. And it's no harm, no foul. I got guys that can barely talk that had to relearn how to talk from serious, horrific overpressure, blast, shrapnel, gunshot injuries. I have so many friends that are coping with building a life around what their physical or cognitive disabilities are as a result of the sacrifices they made during the 2 decades of combat operations that we've been in. So I consider myself extremely, extremely lucky. This is not, oh, poorest Chuck, his brain scrambled, like post. Like, I am going to get my brain zapped. And there are other symptoms that are driving me down that road as well. But I want you guys to know this as an additional kind of vetting thing in what's going on. It's going to help us catch that stuff where I'm going to be able to post retractions or modifications to the things that I said and be like, no, I wasn't talking about a Mark 18, guys. Come on, we're talking about SPRs right now. Why would I want to talk about a Mark 18? Whatever. So those little clarifications allow the message to still get out and allow the message to get out in a more pure format. So as part of the every man in the movement, man or woman in the movement is a content editor and a commentator. I need you guys trying to identify those potential things where you're like, I know what he meant. Essentially, if you've ever read any text messages or instant messages from Steve Fisher and you know how to speak Fisher, it's kind of sort of the same thing. Like, I know what Chuck was thinking, or I think I know what Chuck was thinking, but this is what he came out of his mouth. And just go ahead and start to highlight those so that we can address them if they matter. If they don't matter, then, whatever. All right, guys, I'm taking off for the weekend. Awesome 5-hour session yesterday. Totally enjoyed it. I'm glad Facebook servers probably finally caught up with the severity of the knowledge bombs that we were throwing back and forth at each other yesterday. And I hope you guys really enjoy your Easter weekend. That's all I got, for you believers. He is risen. And for the rest of y'all, some of us will be having a nice dinner, worshiping false deities and shit. So, love you guys too. I will talk to y'all later, and enjoy your weekend.